Okay, hello again. It's me, it's Anne. I'm a speculative writer, and this is a vlog. This is a writing vlog. Welcome. My goal for today is, well, not today, but for like the next week, which is usually how long these last. But my goal for this upcoming week is to edit my sci-fi romance called Project Underground. For context, it's basically about these two people who find like a secret underneath their like secret government and so go on an adventure. It's a very fun world, but I'm going through it and I'm on chapter 7, which is one chapter farther than I was at the last vlog, but the goal is to keep going. Thing is, I don't have work next week. I'm like off next week, so therefore I'm probably just gonna spend all of the days that aren't Thanksgiving like just going hard on it. So my hope and my dream is that by the end of next week, I'll be at least halfway through with this revision, which would be awesome because that would be great. I finally went ahead and I printed all of it out because I was printing out like chapter by chapter last time, or like a couple of chapters, and my printer started complaining about running out of ink, and so I was like, well, I might as well just print as much as I can and see how desperately I need to get ink. And it started complaining at around like chapter 5 or 6. I managed to print out the whole thing, all 400 and something pages, without like having to change toners. So I'm gonna have to go buy some for my next project, but yay, awesome. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. They're all in my cute little notebook. Yeah, I don't actually have a huge amount to say right now. I will come and I will update you in a little bit. I feel like sometimes, okay, so this is sort of like a secret special thing, but sometimes when I write and I go back and I read my writing, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm such a drama queen. I make things so dramatic. It's so funny. And it's like literally a story, so a huge part of the story is drama. I'm such a drama llama at heart, right? It's so funny. But I'm going to try to edit a bit today. It would be crazy to get this chapter done today. It's unlikely. I have a couple of hours, but there's other things I want to do. So unlikely to finish this chapter today, but wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be great? At some point I'm gonna have to make the decision to actually like type up my changes, but I don't feel like making that decision today, and maybe not for a while, so I will let you know when I make that decision. But so far everything is just written by hand. Anyways, have a wonderful rest of your day, I guess. I will see you when I next have an update. Hello, it's me. I am currently, you may see the little Winnie right over here because she's precious. Look at that face. Yeah. She's full of happiness and verve. Aren't you? Yes, you are. You're so cute. Hello, this is an update. It's been a few days since I last recorded anything. Yeah, it's been a few days since I last recorded anything, partially because I'm not feeling great. I've been really irresponsible with my allergy medicine, and therefore I've been feeling bad. But I have survived the process, and I'm here and I'm alive, and I've been really busy, but I've been finding these little pockets of time to like write a bit, which is nice. Just like 30 minutes here or there. A couple minutes maybe. But I went through and I finished the last chapter. I'm not good at keeping like score of like the actual numbers, but I finished the last chapter and it was kind of demoralizing. It happens sometimes, but I was like reading through it and I was like, I got to the end where I had almost completely finished line editing a scene, and I just realized that I was like, I don't need this scene. This scene is kind of messing up the pacing. It's like a 3 or 4 page scene, and there is literally like half a page of that I think is valuable. And originally when I kept it in, it was like I was deleting so much and I didn't like a lot of the beginning part of this book when I first started editing it. So I ended up like rewriting huge swaths of it and like deleting a whole bunch. And so this was one of the scenes where I was like, you know what? I've been sad. I'm going to make myself happy by keeping like, by keeping some fun scenes. Keeping a scene that makes me happy. And so I kept it, and now looking back, I'm like, it's not as fun or as playful or as silly as I thought. You get a lot of the emotions that you need that come from the scene in like the previous scene, but the previous scene does it better. There's like one part that I think is important, and like part of me is tempted to rework the scene so that the silly like physical stuff that's happening is happening while they're talking about the actual interesting part of the scene, which I think might be fun. So we'll try that. It'll end up being a shorter scene, but I think it will end up being more precise on what it's trying to do. I also think there's they lack a lot of their personality that they have like in other scenes or like later on. It's like I can kind of tell that the characterization isn't sharp. Like not sharp as in the characters are sharp, but sharp as in like I have a vision for it and I know what's going on for it. You know, it's just one of those things that you figure out eventually. I don't know. I think I might be in a stage. I go through stages where like I either really like my writing or I really don't like my writing, and it's just like I think I'm in one of those down stages where I like don't really like my writing right now. I'm feeling a little weird about it, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, so I'm pleased with the progress I've made, so that's good. I probably won't have too much to write today, but that's okay. Anyways, I will update you tomorrow probably, maybe later today. But anyways, I will see you tomorrow. Hello, it's me again. It's been a while since I've last, had a chat. It's been a weird couple of days, so we're just ignoring that. But I have found time to write a little bit or do some editing. And so I finished chapter 8 and chapter 9, I think, since the last time we chatted. So I'm on chapter 10 now, which is nice. I'm actually pretty far behind my goal. I need to be, let's see, I need to be like 2-3 more chapters ahead in order to like be on track to finish by December, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. I have this week off, so we have some extra time to do this stuff. I might do something silly and just try to get more done, so we'll see what happens. But I'm on chapter 10. I'm finding myself in a space where it's like I'm really struggling with the writing aspect of it. It's not like, I don't know, I feel like the past few times we've chatted, I've like not been in a great space for the actual like writing itself. I feel like I've been kind of out of whack. I'm feeling a bit stuck. And like emotionally, not really in terms of like the actual work that needs to be done, which is always kind of disappointing, but like it happens, right? It's fine. I did notice, okay, one thing I find really interesting and that I noticed in my last chapter is that I kind of like, so I enjoy writing description. I think description's really fun. It's like one of those things where even though I love writing it, I tend to like try not to. I mean, I do, but like I'm noticing that I'm not doing description in places where there needs to be description. You'll just like jump into a new scene and there will be absolutely no idea like where you are in space, what's going on, because the description is just like not there. So I'm going back and I'm adding those things, and it's just like every once in a while, but that's one of the things that happened last chapter. You know, like I have to go through and acknowledge that and figure that stuff out. So that's what's going on. And now we're in chapter 10. I still have not typed any of it up. I have nearly 100 pages that I've finished editing that just need to get typed up, and I just don't want to. So we haven't been doing that. But we're gonna be going through and finishing chapter 10. See, look at this. It's so pretty, isn't it, when it's untouched? I haven't started it yet. We'll go through and edit it, and I think we're almost, like, we're not at the halfway point. That's a bit of a ways away, but we're in the next section of the book. This is kind of what I think of as like the beginning of Act 2, where you actually start getting into sort of the fun and games part, so that's exciting. I'm in that portion. I think the Act 2 actually starts a bit earlier. Yeah, I think that's it. I wanted to chat a little bit because I'm gonna write more, but I was like feeling kind of weird about it, and I don't know why. And I think a lot of it is just like, you know, when you say you get into like writing slumps, and I feel like I'm kind of there, but I don't know, maybe I should just spend a day where I'm just like sleeping. Maybe I will. I'll probably do that. Like Wednesday I think is the day I can do that. It is funny because there is a single bed trope in this, but it literally doesn't even matter. It's like literally not even relevant. They just like... But anyways, I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. Hello, so I've returned. It's been a couple days since we last chatted, but I made a lot of progress. I went through a couple of chapters, which was nice. Some of them were short, so it was easier, but I went through a couple of chapters, and it's interesting because I've gotten to the point where when I was writing this draft, I switched from like typing it up to writing it by hand and then copying it over. And that made like a really big difference in like the quality of the writing. I think it was also close to the time when I did my like extra project for like Spooktober, which is what I just finished editing. And so there's like a vast improvement between like the beginning part of this book, like the quality of the writing, and the second half, or like not the second half, but like post 20,000 words. And I've hit that point of like the 20,000 words, and it's like the writing is much better. So a lot of what I am doing in these parts is like, personally, I really want to like accentuate the romance a bit more. So I need to do some looking into it to figure out how it works. I need to read a bunch of romance stuff to kind of understand exactly what makes me ship people. I think I'm like really easy though. I think I'm just like, oh, these two people are supposed to be together, well, let's ship them. I like knowing who is gonna be together in the end, because that's that's what I always ship the wrong people otherwise. I like knowing who's gonna end up together. Because otherwise I end up shipping the like best friend with the main character or something, and that's almost never how it works out. So it's much more important it's really important for me to know who to like root for. I'm kind of a head case right now, so it's fine. So I want to go and do some more research into how romance works and like figure out what I like and what like what people actually do. And I would look up like craft stuff, but I don't actually do well with like structured advice. It's always really rough for me. It doesn't like hit very well. Like it's hard for me to understand what they're talking about, because I need to be able to understand things on an instinctive level, and I don't always get that. But I need to have realistic expectations just for the way I learn things. Yeah, I'm a very tactile learner, which I know it's the thing where you like put your fingers in things and you mess with it. Like I learn best from doing code, like actually writing it. I do best from like actually like writing the romance, and I do the best from like actually like learning through like that sort of stuff, putting my fingers in the guts of things, right? Like I'll probably go and reread some of my favorite like romances, see what I really liked about them, take notes. So I'll probably go through and outline some sort of romance, and it'll probably be a very silly one. I love very, like when it comes to contemporary romances, I really like very self-indulgent stuff. So there might be like a mafia boss or something, I don't know, but we'll have fun and we'll go ahead and we'll do like just a full outline, and we'll do the outline in a way that's like completely focused on the romance. We'll see what happens, and I think that will be a lot of fun. I think it'll be really helpful for me to like get my guts into actually planning like something like that, like really make the goal to plan a romance and like see how the different pieces all come together. So I think that might be my plan, because I think from here on out the writing itself is pretty good, the storyline itself is pretty good. Like it's fine. Basically there are things that I'd like to edit and change, which means I'm probably gonna finish this chapter because I hate ending on like a cliff, like in between things. And we're gonna finish typing, we're gonna type all of this up and make all of the changes I need to make, and then I might do like the outline and see how that works out. And then once I'm done with that, we'll go back and then finish with this. So it'll be fun. Maybe I'll film me doing the outline, but we'll see. It might just be something I do for funsies in like the background. But yeah, and I'm kind of feeling like slumpy. I'm feeling out of it. I think maybe I need to sleep. Based on the feedback, I don't think the romance is like bad at all. I think the romance is fine. I just think personally for me, I want it to be more like I want it to be more intense. I want you to feel it a bit more. Like, I love romances where you kind of just like, you read the book and you're just like dying to see the two of them together again. So I'm gonna go look it up and see how exactly, like, the stories I like and how they do it. And the outlining, I'm gonna outline something very, very silly and very self-indulgent. And maybe I'll feel tempted to write it, but I probably won't. I'll probably just outline it, and that'll be really helpful for me. But anyways, this is the end of this vlog. Thank you for hanging out and watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And yeah, I will see you next week, hopefully.